Okay, this is a reading for Virgo. I'm going to do a 3-card spread. I'm going to pull cards for your past, your present and your future. The present being today, tomorrow and yesterday. The past being prior to that. And the future being the next month. I've got the Wise Witch Oracle cards so we can get advice from Spirit. I'll get you an angel number. And I can get some timing, okay, if it's necessary. So Spirit Guides, Universe and Angels. For my Virgo collective, okay, please give me a card for their past. And what have they been dealing with? Guys, this is a general reading, okay? So it's whatever comes up. Okay, the Six of Swords, so leaving our troubles behind us. Moving forward, so it could be in regards to anything. Okay, Swords is air energy, it's cerebral, it's worries, okay, leaving worries behind. The Emperor, Virgo, you've seriously bossed up. So the Emperor is all 4 kings. Okay, so this is something to achieve in life. You know, if you're a young person, it's quite surprising to already be the Emperor, okay? Because generally a king or a queen, I would see that as someone who is running their own household. So if you have all 4 kings, you have the King of Swords, you have wisdom, you have intellect, you do your research, you're very truthful. You know, you're used to giving advice to others. If you're the King of Cups, you're very level-headed. You're able to be calm no matter what's thrown at you. You're an empath. If you are the King of Pentacles, you know, you are able to earn money and provide for others also. If you are the King of Wands, you are highly driven, energetic, creative, passionate. Okay, you're able to, you know, make things happen in your world, okay? So to be the Emperor and to embody all of that, you know, I don't know if you commonly watch tarot, but we move from being a page as a child or somebody who's at the beginning of any adventure, whether it be pursuing business or a love, or, you know, the page is the beginning, to being a knight, someone who's going about, you know, obtaining a relationship. So that would be dating someone. A king, you know, is someone who is sitting in their power. A queen is someone who's sitting in their power. And then above that we have the Emperor and the Empress, okay? So there is a very clear hierarchy. For you to be the Emperor, Virgo, means you are slightly more in your single track, you know, cool under pressure, calling the shots, rather than, you know, you're still a nurturer, but the Empress is someone who is a creator. She represents pregnancy or being pregnant with possibility. She's very beautiful. She's very, you know, the feminine is slightly different, okay, slightly more nurturing, but the Emperor is cool, calm and collected, okay? That masculine energy, you know, slightly more single track rather than looking at the whole family. Of course, you know, we're speaking of masculine energy, and a female can be a king or an emperor. It means you are more single track. You're not looking so much at the entire family, or, you know, you're able to be more divisive and more strategic rather than, you know, letting feelings and emotions, you know, dictate your decisions. So it's just a slight difference, but they're of equal status, the Emperor and the Empress, okay? So let's get one for the future, because that is a really good vibe to have, Virgo, for right now. I mean, we've just finished your season, we've started Libra season. This is the time of productivity, getting ready for winter, getting ready for the harsh, you know. Right, so we've got the High Priestess reversed. So perhaps you're not feeling in touch with your intuition. Perhaps you're a bit 3D, dealing with practicalities, day-to-day responsibilities, the running of the home, a team, an organisation, a charity, a business, like some sort of group. Perhaps you're not feeling very in tune with spirituality, your third eye, you know. It's like when you get a bit too cerebral or a bit too, I wouldn't say an emperor or an empress is too emotional, but, you know, perhaps you're just going for logic and fact, and you need to be going with your intuition. It may just be that, you know, you need to like tap into your creativity, your spirituality, and things other than being a responsible person. So let's have a think how we could clarify that. How can I clarify what that's about? Let's try. These don't go with my spooky selection, but I'm just going to see if anything comes out. Give me one for the High Priestess, please. Why is the High Priestess in reverse? The High Priestess is about what's hidden. It's about learning, it's about intuition, it's about... Okay, we've got sexuality has come out, wasn't expecting that. You could be someone who's exploring your sexuality, okay, and that can mean your sexual preferences. It could be that you have, you know, if you've been kind of bossing up, you've been neglecting this side of you, okay, your sensuality, intimacy, being close to another person. You know, a lot of people do this. A lot of alphas, you know, and perfectionists become obsessed with whatever their ambitions are, you know, in a fiscal sense, whatever their projects, their passion projects are. You know, if you're the CEO of a company, you're unlikely to be in your feminine energy, okay? You're unlikely to be letting your guard down, but every boss, female or male, needs their confidant, okay? They want to come home to somebody. They don't want to come to an empty apartment and get takeout or have to stand and cook for themselves, you know, and they're not interested in a bimbo. They want someone who's actually going to be cerebral, who they can talk to, who they can, you know, tell about their nightmare day, who's on their side, and who's going to make them laugh and do all of those things, okay? They might also want to be around somebody who is as successful, okay? It doesn't mean that they want a submissive person. So it will be about knowing what you like, Virgo, and it will be about, you know, exploring this side of yourself, okay? Being more sensitive, being more spiritual, being more open, you know? If you think about massage, you know, that's it's physically enjoyable, but it links to going into, you know, a state of relaxation, which can then take you into a state of euphoria. And it's not about what we're doing, you know, what we're achieving. It's about just being, you know, and leaving that conscious state. Same thing for yoga, same thing for, you know, reflexology. So I think there needs to be a balance, doesn't there, of relaxing, calming down. You might want to read about alternative therapies. You might want to try booking some in. You may want to, you know, explore the dating scene. You may decide that you have, you know, avoided the topic of your sexuality and suppressed that, or it's been oppressed by, you know, people in your life. They don't agree with it. You have to hide it. I'm not saying it is that. I'm not saying it isn't. You know yourself. You know, some people are asexual. They just don't have feelings of wanting to be romantic with anybody. You know, so it may be that you need to talk to a professional or visit some forums, some chats where other people, you know, are talking about this subject, and, you know, you might want to watch, I'm sure there's documentaries, also TV programs, you know, like you can watch fictional stuff or movies and learn about sexuality, but it might just be, well, it could be one of several things. It could be that you aren't sure about your sexuality, or you feel that you want to explore other aspects of your sexuality, or that you've neglected it totally just because of other priorities, or, you know, maybe there's something about your sexuality that people don't agree with, or it might cause a problem. But I mean, everyone deserves to love and be loved, so you have to do what is naturally right to you, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You know, you have to do what's right for you. What is the point in living your life in a way that, you know, other people find to be acceptable? So whatever this is, you'll know what it is for you. See, out of these, this is a love deck, but out of these we could have had issues to do with liking other people. We could have had, there's intimacy there, dating, divorce, moving, you know, you could have been moving house. There could have been issues to do with waiting for somebody to come back, the timing of something, you know, spending money, someone being a liar. But what we've got is sexuality, so, you know, gambling, bad finances. So there is other stuff here. You know, trying to manifest what you want. We've got intuition there. That's about red flags. That's cycles, confessions, narcissists, guardian angels. You know, there's a few different options there. So it's interesting to me that sexuality came out. So it might just be that, you know, things have got too mundane, or... Do you know what can be another thing as well? If someone's like got kinks, or they're into like something specific, if you're not into it, you also need to be able to say that's not for me, and I don't ever want you to, you know, you got to know your boundaries. I don't ever want you to ask me about that again. I'm not comfortable with that. I've given you my answer, don't ask again, because some people can be really pushy, and I just feel like it's necessary to mention that, you know, because I know I've got a younger audience on here, like people who are like 18 to 24. You never ever, and especially like people who have had, you know, gaps, if they're older, you might have longer periods between sexual relationships with different people. You don't ever have to be into anything anyone else is into. It's all about knowing yourself, you know? Knowing yourself and being able to say absolutely not to anything you're not happy with. If you don't feel respected by it, if you don't feel it's comfortable, if you don't like it, you know, if it's embarrassing, if it's anything that does not feel right to you, then you have the right to say no, you know. And if someone isn't going to listen, well, they can do one. They can absolutely do one, can't they? Could jog on. Because there's billions of people out there, so, you know, you have to find someone who you're compatible with. And we don't exist to be objectified by people that isn't love. So, interesting, I've never had this come out before in this context. You know what, with this card is also linked to religion, and some people deny sexuality based off their religion, or they feel conflicted because some people within religions, everybody spans a spectrum of what they believe, you know. Different scriptures interpret sexuality in different ways, and, you know, some will say it's okay to have sexual feelings about the same sex, but you mustn't act upon it. And this is, you know, this is in a lot of countries, unfortunately, you know, people are at the behest of the state religion. And, you know, I know I've got viewers all over the world, so this could be a very real thing that you are going to start to feel more confident to focus on. You know, you can always move to a place where you feel more accepted. A lot of people move to cities, especially capital cities, you know, less traditional parts of town, or they might just have a life over and think, I'm going to go and live somewhere else where people haven't known me for years, you know, like people won't really know me. I can live the life that I want to and see if that makes me happy. Like, yeah, you've got to live your life authentically. Live your life authentically, okay? Do whatever pleases you, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. You know, other people are being free to choose how they want to live, so you need to be free to choose how you want to live. It doesn't concern them. Let's get some advice, but I want to make sure I might get some advice from other cards, you know, because this is like this is a big topic. So let's have a look. I'll pull from the Wise Witch because we've got a Halloween theme, but I think I'm going to reach for some other Spirit. Have you got any advice for Virgo, please? Roots. Connect with your roots. Ancestral wisdom guides you. You know, sometimes we believe that people from the past have all been heterosexual. And sometimes, you know, people in your family will know that that's not the case, but it's all kept hidden because it was different times and it wasn't accepted. So this is actually something that's come out on Tyler Henry's Psychic Medium. Apparently he goes live every Tuesday on Netflix. But you can also like subscribe to him, and you can, you know, get read like live by him. But he will be able to connect you with people in your family. It's interesting. Sometimes you find out family secrets and you think, oh, you know, that's a bit repressed, isn't it? Like, times have changed and we don't have to hide, you know, how we feel and who we have love for. Let's have a look. What other decks have we got? I'm just going to pull all the different... I've got spirit animal ones. I've got Seasons of the Witch. Let's pull the mermaid one. You know, a lot of people who've passed on can see how you live your life now. They're with you, they're all around you, and they accept who you are, even if you know that they might not have accepted you being alternative or something that's seen as atypical or different, or, you know, for example, homosexual isn't an atypical thing, it's not weird anymore, but it might have been viewed that many decades ago. So, you know, even when people are passed on, people like Tyler Henry and other psychic mediums, they can get messages to say, like, I accept you and I love you, you know, from loved ones that have passed on. He can get communication from them in the present, because they can see you, they can see how you're living your life, and they would encourage you to be yourself, because they even change. Sometimes people have the same perspective on things right up until the day that they pass, and after that they change their perspective on seeing you, you know, living while they're not in the 3D. You know, they decide, like, actually they feel bad for, you know, judging you, or they would like you to live your life authentically. So it's really nice, I think, you know, a lot of people that have passed on can change their views on things later on, even after death. It's never something that I would have thought possible, but, you know, what great news. So we've got move. Barnacles only grow on a docked ship. You are not destined to be alone forever. You know, whatever your idea of companionship, relationships, you know, situationships, any kind of ships, whatever that looks like to you, even if it's, you know, purely friendship. Everybody needs a companion or someone that they want to build a future with at some point. Nobody wants to really be alone. No one should live their entire life alone, you know, let's put it that way. I don't know what's going to come out of this one. Let's have a look. This is Seasons of the Witch. I'm just going to pull loads of stuff for you. I think as well, the thought that anyone I was related to or could know that is, like, living unhappily because they're worried what I would think, that makes me feel really upset, and it makes me want to, like, I don't often channel emotions, but it's happening more and more recently, and I just felt like I wanted to burst into tears then. Like, I think sometimes, you know, people can react a lot better than what you're expecting. If they don't, well, too bad, you know. They're going to lose you, aren't they? Plenty of people in the world that will accept you. Just got to find your tribe. Growth. Inside myself, I've seen beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expanse of eternal song, softly bellowing in spirit. That's interesting, isn't it? We've got roots, move, and growth. That's so poetic. I like that, pulling from different oracle decks and sort of mixing them up. Living things need to live, they need to grow, they need to change, they need to evolve. What is the point in everything being stuck and stagnant and rotting away? That, you know, the world wouldn't exist if that was happening. So think about that, guys. Let me see if there's anything. Let me get some animal ones. I need to get a booklet to go with that animal spirit. This is what happens when you don't buy the legit. These are like counterfeit packs off Temu. I need to buy the legitimate decks because you don't get the booklets. There we go. I like this one, and I like Sacred Traveller. Squirrel spirit. It's very timely. Believe in yourself. Oh, Spirit saying you need to believe in yourself. I love that. Let's get one from Sacred Traveller. I said I was going to be at my sister's ages ago, but, you know, I love what I do. Oh my god, do you see the way that flew out? Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. Oh my god, I love that. I love that. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. You know your situation as an individual, okay, because I'm working with the collective. I could be talking to thousands of people. Okay, let's get the message out, let's repost it, let's share it, let's make sure lots of people who need this message get it. Okay, so whether it's about just making sure you have a work-life balance, you explore your personal life as well as, you know, being someone who's productive and being a boss, you also need to work on yourself as a whole to be a balanced individual, to protect your mental health, okay, and keep yourself revitalised, re-energised. Make sure there's other people pouring into you, okay? It's not army of one. Life is about connections, okay? So